Right. We appear to be live. That's cool. Appear to be live. That's cool. I'll pause this now. There will be an echo, but the volume seems okay. Alright, we're gonna do a game review, and we're doing it live this time because I don't want to bother editing and stuff. And also, this is not. Sorry, I just had a ranked game like a couple days ago. It went really well. I mean, I won, and it was an interesting game, so I wanted to showcase that. You know, might as well since it's still fresh in my memory. Anyways, I was black. No, I was white. And it was a Sicilian, so it went something like this. We have blocks with the knight, castles, a6, take, bishop takes, played d3, knight comes in, rook e1, e6. So this appears to still be theory, and it's roughly equal. I don't. A6 was a bit. Is a6 a move? It apparently is a move, which is interesting. It's the only move as well. I didn't know that. Because you don't see a6 a lot. So yeah, d4. So it's still theory. D takes. D takes. And then we have bishop e7, which strays a bit away from theory. But there's still 4 games. And they're all in favor of white, which is good for me. Because I'm white. Dude, I usually cut so much from my game reviews. I'm usually like, I don't know, I need a lot of time before I can form coherent thoughts. So you're gonna hear some very stupid things from me. Right, knight c3 is what I played. We're still following some games, that's insane. Castles, and here I played e5. That's the first moment where we strayed away from theory. E5 is, I think, an okay move. The idea is I'm gonna put my queen on d3 eventually, and the idea is just put some pressure on h7. Knight g5 is a possible move to supplement that. Of course, he can like trade and stuff. Let's say the queen moves away. Let's say he wants to position it to c7. We have knight there. If he wants to get rid of it, he has to exchange the bishop off, which is good for me, because like my bishop goes in here, for example, queen here, bishop there is an idea as well. Like stuff like that is what I'm thinking about. So yeah, that's what I played e5. Yeah, and if pawn takes, knight takes is a really good spot for my knight to be in. I can also play f4 or something. Let's see if the engine likes that idea. It does not like that idea. Well, So let's say takes it wants me to take with the pawn instead. I don't think there is much of a difference. I guess maybe the idea is this pawn is weak if I take with the knight. But I mean, like knight takes is also fine, and it's probably something that I would more likely have played instead of pawn takes. But they're both okay. Anyways, he played knight d5, which is not what I was expecting, but okay, that's fine. I don't need to like react whatsoever. Again, pawn takes, I take with the knight. This becomes I mean, my knight just at a nice position here, very nice and central. So I don't like want to take right away, you know, because that would just be a waste of move for me. So yeah, just queen d3. Again, it's the same idea that I talked about. I could have, and this is something that I thought about, did knight takes, pawn takes, and then queen to d3. The only issue with that really is bishop b5, which would mean I'd have to like do something like queen c2 or queen b3 or something like that, and then I'd have to stray away from pressuring the pawn on h7. So I didn't trade the knights because with my knight still on c3, it can protect the b5 square so that, you know, bishop b5 won't be a problem. Now, of course, black can take, but bishop b5 is still not possible because of e4. So that's why I decided to not trade the knights. And immediately play queen d3. Now, the engine thinks I should have taken, and instead of going queen d3, which is, you know, the initial idea, to go queen b3 instead to attack this pawn. Black has to play bishop c6 to defend, and then, you know, I'm not super winning here, just slightly better. But yeah, and then I'll just continue stuff as normal, develop the bishop, bring that a rook in, stuff like that. But yeah, I played queen d3, which is a slight inaccuracy because that allows knight b4. Now I didn't really see this move, but I mean, queen b1 seems okay, and then I can just kick the knight out next move, something like that, and I thought that should be fine. But the issue is that if black follows up precisely, then this could be a bit uncomfortable for me. So the correct follow-up for black is bishop e6. Now I have to address this issue, otherwise I'd have doubled pawns and my king will be, you know, kind of weak if I allow bishop takes to happen. So when my queen was on d3, this wasn't a problem because bishop takes and queen takes, but now that my queen has been displaced, this now becomes a problem. And there's really no good spot to move it. I mean, these two squares, the knight just dies. This knight here is, you know, kind of passive. It's just not a good, you know, sort of situation for me to be in. I can do pawn takes. That's like an intermezzo. Maybe also give some space for the knight, a new space that the knight can infiltrate towards. So let's say queen takes, and then yeah, knight e5 becomes a thing I can do now. So, well, that would lose a pawn, but there's like... Well, yeah, no, that would just lose a pawn. Okay, so that's really terrible. Right, so knight e4, basically to stop bishop takes. So you don't ruin our pawn structure, you take this other knight instead, which is fine, because then I don't ruin the pawn structure. Keep this knight here, because you want to defend the d4 pawn. So, see what the engine thinks. Bishop takes, queen takes. And yeah, this is not looking super good for white here, because there is this idea, this pawn is also super weak, it's isolated. So yeah, black is gonna have an easier time here compared to me. So yes, that could have happened, knight b4, but instead he played knight takes, pawn takes, which is okay for me. I mean, there are some problems like rook c8 and some stuff, but like it should probably be fine. I have this bishop here to reinforce the pawn and stuff like that. Yeah, so this guy continues bishop c6. And yeah, now I'm already thinking about, you know, how I can begin the attack, because my queen is in a good spot. My knight's also in a good spot. It can't immediately jump to g5, but I can try to figure out some way to do that. And what I came up with is pawn takes. If bishop takes, for example, then knight g5 becomes possible, because the bishop is no longer there. And then h7 is under attack, and g6 is like the only move. And then I could go queen h5 to add more pressure. And then pawn h5, the only move after that. And, you know, black just really weakens his king a lot. And I get a, you know, nice attack going on. But of course, black can play queen takes. And knight here will no longer work, because you can just trade. So I saw queen takes, and I had prepared some stuff against it. Well, there's like knight here, knight jumping into the center. Instead of going for the attack, just make the knight nice and good in the center. There's also a4, bishop a3 to involve the bishop and connect the rooks, stuff like that. So for example, a4, say rook here, just pressure e3, bishop here, just, I don't know, something like this is, you know, it's okay for white, it's also okay for black, really. Maybe white's is slightly better, perhaps, but like not by a huge amount, I feel. So something like that is what I was thinking about if queen takes were to happen. Now, this guy played bishop takes, which I got really excited about, because then we get this entire line, which I had previously explained. We just get very good attack going on. Now, obviously, I shouldn't be oblivious to what black is doing either, because look at these bishops. Oh my god. Especially after I've played g4, this light squared bishop becomes super strong. But I also trust and believe in my attack as well. And, you know, I'm just thinking that, like, I have to be way faster here with my attack compared to his attack. So, can't really afford to, like, do anything much, because it'll just be too slow. And I, like, against stuff like bishop c7, queen d5, there's like, I don't know, f3 to like blunt the battery here, stuff like that I have. I'm comfortable here. I have ways to defend as well, should I need to. But no, like, realistically, I just attack, and I should get a checkmate somewhere, somehow. So this guy decides to defend, which is the correct option here. Falls the bishop back to get rid of my knight, which is, you know, it's an important cog in my attack here. So I can't afford to lose it. But also, at the same time, I can't really make it go back, because that I'll just lose too much momentum if I do that. And then it'll sort of be like this guy's turn to attack if I, you know, decide to retreat my knight. So I figured I have to defend this knight. And there are two ways to do that: f4 and rook e5. Now rook e5 I just immediately discarded because that just seems a bit silly. f4 I liked a bit more because, let's say f4, taking is just really good. I want takes to happen, because if black gets rid of their dark squared bishop, then, you know, we have full control over the dark squares, right? This just looks really terrible for black here if he gives up the dark squared bishop. So I played f4. My statement is, I'm not moving my knight. If you want to get rid of it, then you'd have to, you know, say goodbye to your dark squared bishop, which I am guessing he wouldn't do, because, you know, this dark squared bishop is very important since you have created these dark squared holes, so you need something to, you know, protect and reinforce these holes in the dark squares. Which means that, you know, his reluctance to let go of the dark squared bishop means that my knight gets to stay, which is good for me. So, right, f4. Okay. So how did this continue? Right, so f4. My only concern with f4 was that I no longer have this f3 defensive move against the queen bishop battery. Let's say queen d5 gets played. Now how on earth do I deal with queen h1? And the answer is, apparently, I don't need to. Which is, you know, something that I was thinking about or considering during the game when I played f4. So queen d5, although it looks scary, it's not something that I should worry about, because king goes to f2 and then black just has like no way of continuing the attack whatsoever. This queen here defends the h2 pawn. It also defends these squares, so the queen can, you know, not perform any more additional checks apart from the initial queen h1 check. So this whole idea is pretty meaningless for black, and so I played f4 despite the weakness in the light squares that I'm creating, since black's attack would be pointless. So yeah, that is a consideration that I had to think about before I played f4. And yeah, well, yeah, I've determined that queen h1 is not really a threat, so I played f4. Now this guy plays king g7. So the idea is he wants to play rook h8 in order to sort of stop the queen, put something on the h file to counteract the queen, basically. Because otherwise, you know, if I get to smash through, then that would be pretty dangerous. So you want a rook on h8 to protect things. That's reasonable. But also, rook to h8 also, like, gives me some ideas, because, you know, knight takes becomes like a thing that I can try, especially since, you know, like, these sorts of ideas were already brewing in my head once king g8 was played, because I'm already assuming that the rook will go to h8, and then, you know, all of these ideas will likely come to fruition. So yeah, king g7, I played pawn takes, fully expecting rook to h8 to be the next move, which it indeed was. Now over here, I had two choices. Again, like I said, I was like considering knight takes f7 since like one or two moves before, basically after he played king g7, knight takes on f7 is already an idea that I'm considering. Basically the idea is, knight takes, this is a fork, you have to deal with it. How do you deal with it? King takes knight. But then I get this thing, right? So I lose a knight, but then my queen comes in, which is a bit dangerous for black. You have to defend the bishop, so you can't go here. Let's say you go here, and then now I don't have queen takes because of this, but I do have pawn takes, and this also threatens mate. If you defend against it, say with bishop d5, I can push, and this is a fork against these two pieces, so king has to take, but that's also a distraction, so I can take the bishop, essentially recovering the piece that I lost, and we get this position, which is, I mean, it's just winning for white, because I have like all of these extra pawns. So yeah, I actually calculated that entire line in the game, which was pretty cool. I mean, you do have to like calculate very far ahead, especially if a sacrifice is involved, because you want to just make sure that everything is gonna work out perfectly. That's what I did. But I was also considering other options in case they were better. So one of the options that I considered was onto h6. Now the idea is, if rook takes, then I have a queen sacrifice. And if king goes back, then I sort of still have the same idea here that I can try. So if black doesn't fall for the trap that I've set up, then, you know, knight takes becomes a possibility again. Now it turns out knight takes, like here, doesn't really work, because, well, I don't have the h takes g idea anymore since I pushed the pawn. I do have like some other additional ideas, like f5, for example. This defends h6, so that rook h6 is now no longer possible. Yeah, and black has to be careful here. Like there's queen e5, threaten to take the rook, also threaten to bring my queen over to g7. You can't take because, I mean, yeah, this is just maybe bishop here as well. Like, yeah. So you can't take, and if you're not gonna take, then, you know, f takes g is also an idea, threatening mate again. You know, stuff like that. I think black is fine here, because there is bishop d5, which is, I'm pretty sure is the only move. It is the only move, bishop d5. And then yeah, queen here and bishop here. That just defends everything. But yeah, I mean f4 is an attempt to try to do something, but unfortunately it doesn't work. Let me think again. Right. So apparently f4 here is a mistake. Well, it's not really a mistake. It's a small mistake because, well, I initially said that bishop takes, pawn takes is really good for me because I have the dark squared bishop, and that's good because black has a lot of dark squared weaknesses. But black does have some way to equalize, or not equalize, but rather be in a slightly better position here. There's a line that black can do. There's pawn takes, queen takes, and queen here. Now, this does become a problem because after queen h1 check, king f2, queen takes h2 is possible since you have distracted the queen. So now h2 is not protected anymore. I did see this actually, and I thought I could play bishop f4 and everything would still be fine because, you know, I'm defending h2, and then my bishop's gonna come into e5, and then there's this thing that I have. So I did see this line in the game, and I thought that I was still fine here. But apparently black has this move, f5, and this is the only move that black can play to save the game. Now I can't take en passant because we have rook takes, and this already becomes super dangerous because you have ideas of sacrifice, because you deflect the queen, and then there's checkmate over here. And there's really nothing you can do about it, since if you move the bishop away, let's say to e5, then queen h1 is a checkmate because, well, if you move the bishop away, then the rook is now controlling all of these squares. And that means if queen h1 gets played, then we won't have our escape squares any longer. So the bishop has to stay here, and it can get captured because of this distraction idea. So just, I mean, it's just really unpleasant here for white, and it's not easy for white to deal with all of these threats. Like, you can defend maybe, but you know, just the rook just doubles up and stuff, and it's just no. So you can't allow this to happen. The opening of the f file, you can't allow that to happen. So let's say you ignore, that's fine. I can play bishop e5 next turn, but still you can't do that, because let's say rook f7, bishop e5, you have f4, and you can't take because you still have the same sacrifice idea. And yeah, even if black doesn't find this f4 move, white's still not in a good shape. Sure, we have this amazing bishop, but then, like, let's say we get our queen to h3, black can just reply with rook to h7, and then, like, our attack is just, it just amounts to nothing, really. If black puts his rook on h7, then that's it. That puts a kibosh on our attack completely. So, looks good, but in reality, no, not really, because rook h7 just kills everything. So that's how black can get into an a slightly better position after I play f4. But he went for a different idea instead. That is king g7, with the idea of playing rook h8, which complicates things a lot because, you know, that allows for all of these sorts of tactics, which I have explained before. So yeah, pawn takes rook here, and yeah, I was saying earlier that I had a choice between these two different options. In hindsight, knight takes was better because, you know, I calculated it till the end, and I was up like 3 pawns and stuff. But I was also like super excited about the possibility of being able to play queen sack. So I played h6, even though objectively that was a worse move. I kind of forgot that, like, if king ignores, then I don't have this h takes g move anymore. That kind of slipped my mind. So yeah, I played h6. Not a good move, since yeah, I was relying on knight takes f7 to be the follow-up, but knight takes f7 doesn't work. Fortunately, this guy plays rook takes, and bang, I get to play queen sack. So this is how the game went afterwards. Bishop here, I just defend. He attacks the rook. I just bring the rook down. This is a skewer. I'm gonna win another extra piece. You can defend, but then, you know, c4, for example. So yeah, it's so yeah, after rook takes, bishop here, bishop here, bishop here, rook here, my opponent resigned, and I won the game. So yes, that's the game review. It's obviously more messy than how my game reviews normally are, since I get to cut the weird and unnecessary parts. But yeah, that's basically it. Now, let me have a small break before we move on to doing my work. Because right, game review plus work. I have to do work as well during the stream. I'm gonna go grab water stuff. Right. I just remembered something. After I had taken my water, there's something that there's just one bit that I forgot to explain. So it's there, castles, a6 takes, bishop takes, c3, knight here, rook here, 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 take, bishop here, knight here, castles, push, knight here, queen here, knight takes, bishop here takes, knight here, bang, 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 do 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 do, doop, doop, doop. Okay, so I said here that I was considering knight takes or h6, and I was confident that knight takes works because, well, the line goes king takes, queen takes, let's say here, just takes, bishop here, bang, then like that. Yep, this was the position. I'm 3 pawns up. Life's good. But this whole line relies on the assumption that black's gonna do king takes knight, which I'm like fully assuming that black would do because this is a fork. So you have to get rid of the knight. But no, apparently, when I was looking at the game with the engine, queen d5. Well, we all know the idea of queen d5 is to go attack h1. Now, didn't I say that this sort of idea of creating a battery between, with the queen and the bishop is pointless because, you know, king can just go to f2 and black doesn't have anything afterwards? Well, no, it turns out this idea, in this instance, now works. And why does it work? I'll let you figure it out, like, on your own, in a bit, if you would like to, because that's an interesting puzzle. So let's say knight takes, and queen here, king here. Now what do? You can't do anything with your queen, because, you know, all of these squares are defended, but you now have access to this dark squared bishop, and this is only possible because I move my knight away, which means that the dark sword bishop can access h4 now. A bit hard to see. A bit hard to see. Also, because this is a sacrifice. You're sacrificing the bishop. And the point is to distract the queen so that black can now play queen f3 and king g1 and queen g2 mate. So yes, black has to essentially find this bishop h4 move. Otherwise, yeah. Which is, you know, kind of a tall order. So, yeah. I mean, maybe this guy would have found it. Or maybe not. Like, it's not, you know, the simplest move to spot. So, if I had gone knight takes f7, it's not a guaranteed win, as I initially thought, because of this insane queen d5 idea, which only works if you have identified this bishop h4 tactic / resource. But yeah, I mean, realistically, like knight takes f7 is devastating, and you have to find this idea in order to get out of it. That's the only way to get out of it. And whether you do or you do not, is like, you know, well, yeah, it's not a straightforward answer, because it is kind of a hard move to spot. So who knows how the game would have went if I had, you know, played knight takes f7 instead. But yeah, instead this happened, which is cool for me. So yeah, that was the game. Now let's do work. Actually, now let's do work. What do I need to do? I want to at least get one thing accomplished today in the stream. That is to import a bunch of data. So I will set the screens and the displays and everything up accordingly. But you'll have to give me some time before I do that. Right. Let me put some music on. Masayoshi Takanaka would be good, but it's also only 17 minutes. Oh, Sotaisei Riron is quite good as well. Right. So I have OGCRC and EC. We just have to import all of this data into we just have to process and import all of this data. Now, let me also just try to look at. Okay. Let me just see if. Okay, LS. Okay, so we have what 138 samples here. That's 1003. It's also 1003, so I'm a bit confused. And also this data is structured differently from this data, so we'll have to figure that out. Oh. Okay, so there is some overlap, but not. Let's say 1392 is 1392 here. No, it's not. Basically, there's some. Okay, no, this is. Blah. Man, I don't like this at all. This is the fact that these two datas are in a different format means that I have to make a new function, which is gonna eat up a lot of time. But EC should be okay. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, so each sample has one file associated to it, but over here, the MSI Jenny, we have multiple files associated to one sample. We have 24 files associated to one sample instead of one file associated to one sample. But so that's gonna be slightly annoying. I think I'm also gonna have to copy this into here. Right, so I have an R script, and this R script should work on. It should work on. It should work on data, which is data which is in the one file for one sample format. So we could do those things first. Yeah, so the 2019 one, for example. Copy folder path. I want to set, okay, it's this 2019 right, then we'll do read folder. And then we just have to put the file path here. And then this should work. Oh my god, what? Is it because there's these guys in here? Let's try to delete them. And try again. What? Oh my god. Do I have to do everything over again? Why would this function not work?
I wanna do it here. I want the kiss on the shoulder. I wanna do it here. I wanna hug you, China.
Let's try. Okay, so does this work? Okay, this works. The idea is probably because that there are 0 tables. We have to filter the 0 tables out, which is not something that I have planned for in this function. But that should be like, okay, okay. If I go into script and if I go into this guy, I should have, yeah. Right, so this is what I did to filter out the empty tables. Okay, I don't think we need okay, we don't need this. Okay, this should work now, technically. Maybe. Alright, we have to run this to update it. Now this should work. Could not find function empty. What package do we have here? Plier, tidyverse, per, magritter. So plier is the only one that we're missing. If you need function for both plier and dump plier, please load plier first. Okay. let's do this again. Or maybe it's better if we just let's just restart R. Do all of this. Okay, now let's try. So this should work now. Huh. Oh, okay. How is this gonna... Okay, this should work now. Please. Can't combine. Wait, what if we just... Okay, let me think. Okay. Is it drop any? Or drop any? God damn it. Oh, this. Okay, wait, no. Just say list 3, 3. No, 2, 2. And this is 3, this is 4. And this is list 4. Right, this? Okay. This should work now. Oh my god. I have to make changes left and right since all of the data are arranged differently and have their own unique properties that I have to account for, which sucks. Alright, so please work. It did work, but there are 50 warnings, or more. Attributes are not identical across measure. I mean, let's just see if... What? Okay, this is not supposed to... What? Okay, this is completely wrong. This is completely wrong. Something... this is so... okay, wait. let's try test function on.
新幹線の中で君の夢見たんだ心配ないけど心配ないけど
Huh?
に詰めて飛行機雲が絵に描いたみたいで誰かがそれをカラーコードにしたの新幹線の中で君の夢見たんだ心配ないけど心配ないけど
If I do this. Okay, will the test function work correctly on something like this then? No, it does not. What? Why does it not work correctly?
気になるあの子の頭の中は普通普通割と普通意地悪あの子は県大会で準優勝はしゃぎ疲れ眠り込んでた 気になるあの子の生きがい願い不老不老不老不死意地悪あの子はインターハイで熱中症なびく髪に日差しがキラキラタクシー飛ばしてよクロンからニューヨークへ恋する心を止めないで最後のペーパードライバー回してハンドル震える体を温めて気になるあの子の想いは巡るぐるぐるぐるぐるぐるぐるぐるぐる意地悪あの子の頭の中は普通普通割と普通タクシー飛ばしてよ香港からセンター街へ恋する心が止まらない最後の F1 では踏み込んでアクセル震える体を抱きしめてタクシー飛ばしてよクロンからニューヨークへ恋する心を止めないで最後のペーパードライバー回してハンドル震える体を温めて
What? This is so weird. Okay, we have to make an entirely new function.
今日から3週間目覚めち 球がなくなった朝飛び起きたら銀河をたったよ私の家をなぜなの地球がなくなってしまった
Basically melted already, but okay.
消えてしまったを落としよう気ままな暮らしをもうできないのねドキドキしたり楽しんだりしたいのに難しいことはわからないけど引きつる顔であなたは言った最後の夜に今日から3週間目覚めちゃダメだよベイベーそっと大洪水起きると危ないベイベー今日から3週間目覚めちゃダメだよベイベーそっと大混乱寝てなきゃいけないベイベー
Why does everything have to be so...
地球がなくなって3日退屈だよ私の救助信号届いてるのを答えて
That did not change anything.
気がかりなのは大好きだった少年漫画読めないことどうしたらいいの息は小学館スピリッツ読ませてベイベーモンスターの最終巻謎解き流せていいだ今日から3週間目覚めちゃダメだよベイベー外は大洪水起きると危ないベイベー今日から3週間目覚めちゃダメだよベイベー外は大混乱寝てなきゃいけないベイベー
Oh my god, please, I'm not that good at Japanese. Prevent automatic return to sign value is not part of its predefined levels. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Sure. Hmm.
まるで繰り返しのモーション会いたい時必ず会える二人を見下ろす摩天楼ショータイムの終わりを告げる
Keep mixing up Python and R.
舞台を彩るアテンションワンナイトの帳を開けるGive me a hand, give me a hand, give me a hand to say goodnight. Give me
Oh my god, this is. Oh my god, I have to. Okay, this data does not behave the same as my previous data. I have to figure out a new way to deal with this, which I hate. Oh god, okay.
kissing me a hand, kissing me a hand, kissing me a hand to say goodnight. Kissing me a hand, kissing me a hand, kissing me a hand to say goodnight. Kissing me a hand, kissing me a hand, kissing me a hand to say goodnight. Kissing me a hand, kissing me a hand, kissing me a hand to say goodnight.
Okay, nice. Okay, now I have to, do I have to do it? Alright, so I'll have to. Okay, so call names. Simple call names. Single marker table. Nice. Do I use count or counts in the other one? I use counts. Yes. Right, that looks more like it. I'm just gonna extend this to 3 just in case. Right. We should probably move this all to a new script. Yeah, let's move this all to a new script. This is all the same. Let's bring our working over. Functions. Diff test function 1.
夏の
function 1 done. If we run that, we have our file list. If we just used test function 1 on this guy, we should get something good, which, yeah, that looks good. That looks good. And if we do 8, for example, okay, cool. Do 6. I wonder what has data frame looks like for this guy. Okay. I mean, yeah, I mean, we'll get rid of graph later, so it doesn't really matter. Let's see if, so this should give NA. Yep, this should give NA, right? Right. Okay. Next step is try test something. Wait. I'll apply file list for test function 1. Okay, we'll do test. Test 1 should be NA. Okay. Oh, it has that. Okay. Test 4 should be NA. Test 10 should be some random table. Yep, okay. Oh, but the marker doesn't work. Oh, maybe we should. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, we don't need this. Right, so we'll have test one, which in theory should be exactly the same as what we have here. We have test 2, basically test function 2 test. We do test 2. Oh, okay. Oh no, we would have to drop. Yeah, okay. Test. It's still at the. Yeah, remove any request. Do it again. Do this. Do this. And now this should be without error. Okay, cool. Now we have to remove graphic crust. It was the data frames. Remove some data frames if their names wait. I mean I could just okay, hold on. Names test 2. No. Okay, there we go. What else do we have to get rid of? We have to get rid of crass. Or okay, do we have to get rid of them? Let me think about this again. see GM11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, and 7. So they're both GM11. Oh, I see what it's doing. So it's just absorbing all of the alleles into one. So for example, we have GM11 SNP1. So these have two alleles, A and G. If we move to SNP2, then that combines the G alleles. The G alleles absorb into the A alleles. So for example, you have 13 here. If we move on to SNP2, this 13 gets absorbed into the A. So that 13 gets absorbed into the 6 here to get 19. The 1436 gets absorbed into the 923. So you add these up, you get 2360. 6 get absorbed into this 0, so 6 plus 0 is 6, and then okay, yeah. So basically this is, we don't want this because like we can go from here to here anytime, but we can't go from here back to here, right? We can go from SNP1 to SNP2, but we can't go from SNP2 to SNP1. Just to make things super easy, super clear, let's just remove all the ones that are greater than SNP1, right? So we just need to, okay. Yeah. I mean, realistically, we don't need this. Have to shift tab. Yeah, okay. Now name this test 2. I'll apply. Oh, check string. S apply. Oh, okay. I'll apply list names. Hmm? Unfold the entire thing. I just want the list of true and false. That's it. This is not a list of true and false. This is some weird thing. Oh, unlist. Unlist is the function, not unfold. Yeah, okay, cool. Wait, how do we... I know there's some way to remove things from a list based on... Hmm. Oh, well, yeah, just... okay. Filter. We filter out. And now we have test 2. To filter out. Test 3. So if we check the names of test 3, it shouldn't have anything with, yeah, so it should all be SMP1. how many line? Len? Len. Only 7. We get rid of Braff and Kras, that gives us 25. But I think we're only supposed to have 24 markers. So where is the extra? Is it NR21? NR21 feels out of place, kind of. Let's try a different thing. Let's try 5. Oh, it's 25. Yeah, this guy doesn't have Kras, and he doesn't have NR whatever that was. NR21. What is NR21? NR21 is likely garbage, to be honest. But okay. Oop, yeah, the NR21. Is Kras rare? I'm not seeing Kras anywhere. Only in sample 4 was Kras there. Yeah, Kras is there in sample 4. Try sample 50. 15. Kras is not there. 18. Kras is also not there. 19. Kras is not there again. So let's do before and after filter. We have we have these things before and after filter. Oh, test 2 should be. Right, so even before the filter, yeah, we don't have Kras at all. We have 100 samples. Oh, we do have 100 samples. Yeah, Crass is just not there. Braff is consistent though. I mean, yeah. So we'll just filter out the Crass and our whatever that was. Here we have the Crass and also NR21. Right, we'll filter those out. Ooh. We add like exclamation mark here. I add the exclamation mark. Here. Wait, what? Okay, why does this not work? Oh, okay. Yeah. Why are there NAs now? What? Oh. Okay. Now this works, okay. I mean, just to make it simple, just call everything test. I mean, there really is no need to. Right, okay. Right, so this will be test function. Oh, okay, okay, no. We have to return the bind of 30th. Okay. This in principle should be the same. This should work. Yes, let's go. This is good, this is good, okay. Okay, the problem now is we also have to read this guy. This guy is a different format. We could, like, in theory, use... But there's also, like, some sort of overlap, because this is... The Jenny file, the Jenny folder has 1003 as a sample as well, but we also have 1003 here. I guess it's 1003 S32, maybe that's different. I don't know, we'll read the data and see if, like, these things are comparable or not. But okay, I mean, let's try to. This is OGCRC 2019 0510. This OG CRC Jenny. So we'll experiment a bit. We'll try read the Jenny files. MSI, MNR. no, this should work. What? Oh. Wait. No, this. Alright. Yeah, this should. Okay. What? Okay. Okay, so this is no tag. What is all? So the tag I'm assuming is UMI tags. No tag, all tag. What's the difference between no tag and all? Because you don't use a UMI tag then. Oh, number of tags. Maybe it's number of tags instead of no tags. Wait, what? Wait. Oh. Yeah, this is taking a while. Okay, it's done. This is all. This is. Let's look at no tag. Let's look at all tags. And I'm assuming 2 just also fails. Okay, that fails. Okay, just trying to understand the data here. 721712 4. Oh, we could compare these with the with this guy. Okay. Right, let's see. This is okay. We'll look up all. So this is 1003 LR44 snip 1. 1003 LR44. LR44. Dude, I don't know why it's glitching out. Why are you glitching out? Oh god. Okay, so there's 4 teams at -3, and at -4 there's 0C. Okay. Yeah, the all corresponds to this data here, which is cool, I guess. Okay, no, now the question is, okay, so there is overlap. For example, 1003 here and 1003 here, but this 1003 has more information compared to what we have here. But it doesn't have everything. For example, 1361 it has, but 1362 it doesn't have. Okay, I mean we can just do we can also just import this, and then if there are duplicates in terms of the sample name and whatsoever, we can just delete one of them because we have like an extra copy because of the overlap. So yeah, I just have to find a way to import this, but the thing is, I don't know what all of these tables mean. The all table corresponds to what we originally have in the less detailed dataset. But then we have these extra tables which could be useful. I think I know what they are, but I'm not super sure. I would have to like I'll have to like get back to that later. Alright, so this stuff, okay, we'll do the EC now. The EC should be fine. The EC should be, yeah, we should be able to use the EC normally. I mean, use the game function here. This is man1, Manchester 1. EC man and then 2022 0425.24. So this should work because this folder should behave the same way as okay. Okay, nice. The sample name looks a bit weird, but I'll trust it. Let's go down. Okay, yeah, okay. Right, this looks good. Okay, this looks good. We just have man 2. Yeah, we'll just leave the ERC for now. I'm gonna ask my supervisor and stuff about how I should deal with those extra tables. Alright, now I'll have to stack the two tables together, stack tables together in our bind, okay? Just man, or bind man 1, man 2. Let's just look at the sample names in man 1 and man 2 to see if there's any overlap. So, unique man $1 sample name. Okay, and then unique man $2 sample name. I just have to see if there's any overlap. What's the best way to check? Oh, we've already immediately identified some overlap. We have this guy here, and this guy here, which is the same. 882 as well, 882. Okay, BRC 307, which is not in here, or it is in here, 307, but 1205 is not here. Okay, yeah, we'll have to do something about the overlap. Dude, that is a big intersection. Okay, so there's 167 in man 1, 176 in man 2, and there's 153 in common between them. So there are unique things in man 1 and there are unique things in man 2. Okay, now let's see if man 1 and man 2 the data is consistent. We have B00665 and also B00665. Okay, immediately there's differences in terms of the marker. Okay, let's just, since this takes like a long time to load, we'll just do man 1 and filter sample name equals this guy, which we know. Okay, let's just see. Alright, okay, that looks good. Test 1. And then test 2. Bang bang. Let's see test 1 and test 2. Also, they're different markers, completely different markers. So, test $1 marker, unique. These are the 24 markers we know and love: 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24. 25? What? Please tell me I miscounted. Okay, there's 24, cool. And then for test 2, these are completely different markers. No idea what these are. Okay, is it the same for like, okay, let's pick a different sample within the intersection. So we know that both let's pick this guy and see if that's we also observe the same thing. Right, so what are the markers in test 1? Right, the 24 markers we know and love. What are the markers in test 2? This stuff. Right, so it's not overlapping because they use different markers. But ideally, we want to be using the same markers for everything. So we'll just have... Okay, we'll just have man 1 then. Because like if we're trying to make a comparison between the datasets, it would be good to have the same markers, right? And not ones that are unrelated, because then our results won't transfer. We can't make a valid comparison. Right, so yeah, we'll ignore the other dataset. We'll just keep this one. And then we have EC Ohio. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of these guys, okay. EC1. Okay, 2022 or 318. Right, now let's check what the other datasets have to offer. Are they the same samples? Are they the different samples? Do they use different markers? Do they use the same marker? Okay, let's see. Right, let's see. EC$1 sample name. Take unique. Unique. Okay. Now let's do EC2. So, big question is, do you use the same samples or the different sample? It's the same samples. Wow. It's exactly the same samples. Okay, I am using two different, yeah, so these are two different datasets, but they use the same samples exactly, right? So what exactly is different between you? Do you use different markers? Now is the big question. These are the markers we know and love. And these are different markers, except we also have LR44, SMP1, LR44, SMP1, so... And I assume these should be the same. Okay, so for example, Go to EC1 and type LR44. We have ECT 101, 56. Go to EC2, LR44. Right. -1 C39, -1 C56. Okay, that's different. That's a bit worrying. That there's some inconsistency here. These are the same samples with two different sets of data. How worrying. Okay. P0T478, 0T543. I mean, it's different, but like the proportionality of it is the same. We have 39,599, 56, 615. Like proportion-wise, they're roughly the same. We have little number, kind of big number, little number. Okay, wait, what's this? T, this is T-1. The T-1 should be like around 50. T-1, 41, right? So it should be fine. Okay. Now the question now is, what about the others? What about the others? There's two more datasets to look at. 2022 041, 0407. Right. Now let's look at 3 and 4. Right, so same markers, sample. Okay, so essentially, let me think about this. Essentially, we don't care about 2. Don't care. You're not using the markers that I want. We don't care about 4 because they don't use the markers that we care about. Don't care. So 1 and 3 is the one we should use. If you look at 1 and 3, they should have different samples. And we can check that they're different by looking at their intersection. Just intersect. There's no intersection between them, which means that they all have different, there's no common sample between them, which is very cool. Right, okay. And they use the markers that we want, that we care about, and that we want. Bang, jabang. And they're exactly the same. And it is 24. 24, right? So, goodbye. Goodbye. We'll only use EC1 and EC3. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay. I think that's enough work for now. Right. Okay. Cool. I will see you later then.